Hello everyone, Toofelhoont here, and welcome back. Today we're continuing our Total Novice series as we jump into another faction for Warhammer 3. Well, last episode we tried the Ogre Kingdoms and walked away. Okay, we kind of limped away, maybe worse, not feeling very confident in learning them as a beginner. As a reminder though, this is about incremental learning for me. So trying to learn things in bite-sized pieces to progress my skill level. Doesn't work for everybody, but I know it works for me. My focus is first on faction-based mechanics and which ones I feel comfortable with. Stick around. Who knows? You may learn something yourself. If you like the video, me, or the game, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You never know. It might just be worth it. So let's head over to our friendly wheel and see who we pull this time. And our next faction is... Oh! Tomb Kings! Okay, here we go, Tomb Kings. So, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. We've got 4 lords to select. I don't know which lord to select and which one not to. I'm just going to take a look real quick at like their faction effects and lord effects, and we're just going to choose and get going here. Etc. I can't really even tell whether or not like the lord is, I suppose, strong melee or not. Well, let's see. This looks like a caster. Experience gain, though. Well, character experience game. Heroes in Lord's Army. Khalida. Ooh, is she a snake lady? Oh, let's see.
I am the Lich King.
Archon the Black. A Lich King, eh?
All bow before the imperishable.
I mean, I guess we'll go with this Ketra. Hey, he's got polearm. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin our exploration of the Tomb Kings and see what they're all about.
Setra the imperishable, King of kings, Lord of the shifting sands, eternal ruler of mankind, rest no longer. Mehekara will be restored to greatness.
All right. He thinks highly of himself. Okay. So as we've done, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see how they play real quick. Seek out the 8 books of Nagash. Okay. Any characters that harbor them. All right. So we're collecting stuff. All right. It's a collection quest. Canopic jars gathered throughout your campaign along with money and resources to craft powerful items. Oh, we get to craft items and awaken regiments of renown. Construct military buildings to recruit units without financial cost. Yes, please. Or upkeep via their Day of Awakening. What is this? Tomb King's factions awaken units they wish to field in battle and do not need to pay money for their recruitment or upkeep. The number of units of each type that may be fielded is determined by constructed military buildings. Interesting. Increasing recruitment capacities with each building constructed. Okay. Research dynastic technologies to unlock powerful lords and increase the number of heroes that you can field. All right. So, as we always do, my friends, or at least as we've done in our first episode of Ogre Kingdoms, and what we will try to continue to do always, is we're going to hit the escape key, and we're going to see if it's going to give us any additional information. These are much shorter descriptions than Ogre Kingdoms had, so we may have already covered everything. There's the books of Nagash that we have to collect. The Day of Awakening, that is where we get to basically recruit units without spending. Dynasties. Yeah, okay, this is where we get to unlock heroes and lords. A mortuary cult. Okay, crafting magic items. All right, well, there we go. I mean, okay, so let's see here. We've got Setra the Imperishable. This is our legendary lord. You have King Nectanebo. Wait, nope, that looks like our enemy, because he's red. I'll figure it out. Prince Nebethar. He's a tomb prince. Okay, let's go ahead and move him over.
My father's will. Legions arise.
All right. Now let's take a look at our two fellows here. What do we got? We have Setcher the Imperishable. This is our lord. 80 armor. Melee attack, melee defense. Okay, so certainly looks like we chose our melee guy. Wrath of Petra. Explosion does not affect friendly troops. He could do, is this centered on him? This looks like it's centered on him. He can do like an AoE explosion. Here's another spell. Gets to increase base weapon damage and armor piercing weapon damage. Ooh, fire weakness though. He doesn't like fire. That makes sense. We've all seen the Mummy movies, right? Maybe not. Maybe that's dating me a little bit. Maybe none of you youngsters have seen the Mummy movies. All right, let's take a look at our other guy. This is Prince Nebethar. 70 armor. 48 defense. Curse of Jaff. Affects enemies in range. All hit points less than fewer. This is an active ability. Is a hex. Oh, wow. I can rampage the enemy? Okay. Is there a range on that? Yeah, 100 meters. Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh. Crumbling. If leadership is broken, he takes damage? Is that going to be a thing we're going to be dealing with on Tomb Kings? Holy crap, if leadership is shattered, look at how much damage he's taken. He's going to kill himself. If his hit points... wait a second. Wow, okay, so does my... does Setcher have the same thing? Setcher also has crumbling and disintegrating. Wow, so where does our leadership start? 85. Okay, that doesn't... I mean, that looks... Okay. Holy cow. All right. That's something to know already on the Tomb Kings, I think. We should check every faction, I guess, for this. Crumbling and disintegrating. That is insane. If leadership is shattered, they're going to kill themselves. If leadership's broken, they're going to take a little bit of damage, but if their leadership is shattered, they're basically going to end up killing themselves. That's a lot of hit points. Okay, let's do our tech real quick. Let's see what's going on with our tech. What do we have going on with our tech here? Scroll over. All right. First Dynasty. It looks like we have a 14 turn tech. Can I choose one now? Like first through, let's see. I mean, this says First Dynasty, so it makes me think that I can't choose this one yet, but it doesn't appear like there's anything to prevent me from doing it either. This is interesting. Let's just go with this one. 14. Okay, so their research seems to be a little bit different. Actually, significantly different than the Ogre Kings already. We're going to check diplomacy real quick, just because I want to take a look and see our quick deals. Remember the quick deals we talked about in Ogre Kingdoms? I've got Dune Kings, so I have one group that immediately says, hey, yo, we cool. We can go ahead and nap that. How about trade agreements? No free trade agreements, huh? All right. Okay, just wanted to check that. Okay, here we go. All right, Setcha. Let's get a fight on. Okay. So again, as I mentioned in Ogre Kingdoms, right? Incremental learning. I like to fight all of the obvious decisive victories that I can that aren't in settlements, simply because it helps me continue to build the muscle memory and learn how to fight. Because you do have to, there are times where you're just going to need to do manual combats because your auto resolve is just going to put you in a bad way, right? We saw that in our Ogre Kingdoms run through. So let's go ahead and take a look at our units real quick. A Tomb Guard with halberds. So we got a two-handed, oh, they're armored and shielded. Okay, two-handed frontline. No, they're not two-handed, obviously, because they're shielded. So one-handed frontline. Skeleton Warriors, shielded. Not armored, though. So shielded fodder. All right, we got some archers. Oh, we got two chariot units. Okay. Wait, do these guys have crumbling? Let's look. Realm of Souls replenishes hit points of combatants. Passive ability. Leadership is higher than broken. Holy cow. Wait, dude. The skeletons The skeletons regenerate? Replenishes hit points. Leadership is broken. Is higher than broken. Realm of Souls tier 2 is... Wow, okay. Do they have crumbling? Yes. So here's crumbling. They cause fear. That's nice. Do they have the other thing? What was the second one? It was crumbling and disintegrating. All right. So they don't have disintegrating. Oh, they do, don't they? It's just underneath. Yeah, they have crumbling and disintegrating. Okay. Crumbling and disintegrating there. Crumbling and disintegrating there. All right, well, are these chariots ranged? They are ranged. They have a charge bonus, though. Firewall moving. So I wonder if they're better to harass. All right, let's take a look and see what he's got. He's got one of the shielded halberders. He's got 2 skelly front lines. He's got regular... He's got shielded spearmen, and then he's got an archer. King Nectanebo. All right, here we go. Let's fight it. Okay. So here's the thing. I think we need to start building muscle memory with our control groups. What is this? Realm of Souls. Ushabti. Summon a unit. Unlocks when the Realm of Souls is full. When the world's a Realm of Souls. The Realm of Souls is up here. Okay, we got a faction mechanic we got to check out here. All right, so first of all, let's understand the Realm of Souls. Okay? So, Realm of Souls. As King's warriors die on the battlefield, their spirits enter the Realm of Souls. As the Realm of Souls fills past certain thresholds, the units that remain will regenerate for short periods. Okay, so that's the regeneration we saw. 1, 2, 3. And then apparently, once this bar fills, so once we're getting our butts kicked, so I don't think this would happen in easy fights, we could then summon this Ushabti, which looks like dual wielding Anubises. I'm telling you, whoever created the Tomb Kings, they love the movie The Mummy, and all 4 of them, I guess. 3 of them? 3 of them. All right. Okay, there we go. Got our fight with our Tomb Kings. All right, let's see how we did here. Okay, well. This Tomb Prince got kind of walloped by their head guy here. But I don't think we did too bad. All right, let's see what we've got here. We can harvest corpses, or harvest organs for 30 jars. We got to remember, jars get us things. Bind souls. We can replenish our armor by 20%. And we'll gain the following effects for 3 turns. More replenishment. Or we can get money and more movement range. So here's the thing. One of the mistakes we made in our Ogre Kingdoms, I feel, after I've had time to reflect, is that we didn't take this special thing. We had a chance to take meat after that first fight and get another 20 meat. I'm going to go ahead and let's get plus 30 jars. Let's get plus 30 jars right now. All right. Follower gained. Oh, okay. We got a follower. We didn't see any of those in Ogre Kingdoms at all. Defeated an army belong. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, we got more jars. All right. So. I wonder if that's a... Oh, that's vampire counts. Vampire counts all up in here. Okay. Jeez, we're surrounded by bad guys from the very beginning. Okay. Do we build up? Maybe the Tomb Kings are meant to build up. Let's see. No, there's 4. There's... All right, so we've got 4... We got 4 things we got to take. We're taking our home back, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we get leveled. We do have an ancillary. It's okay. I can talk. Wound recovery time -1 crit. We're going to put... Okay, we've already got that on him. Wait, do we not? No, that's on the Prince. Why would that be on the Prince? Is that because it has to be on the Prince, I wonder? Currently assigned to the Prince. That's fine. But I didn't think the Prince... I guess we'll leave there. All right, skills. All right, We saw this with the Ogre Kingdoms. I kind of touched on this a little bit, right? So the blue line is where Route Marcher starts. We've also got control bonus. We've got income from raiding, casualty replenishment, more jars. Oh, jars per turn. Our red line is where we see, hey, this is where you get to buff units. This is his spell line. All right. And we did use spells a little bit. This is his make your legendary lord great again line. And then this is the legendary lord's very specific line, I believe. Okay. So we're going to take Route Marcher as always. Did our print? Yeah, our print's got a level. This is great. Training. Unit experience gain is increased by additional 10%. I like that, although I haven't seen a system in the game, a mechanical system in the game for the Tomb Kings that take advantage of getting XP and levels. So do we want to do that, or do we want to go over here and give him more leadership? And then obviously we can make him kind of a one-man band over here. He can take jars per turn though. Let's give him jars per turn because we're kind of just learning the mechanics. Let's go ahead and give him jars per turn. All right. So here's Cetra. Here's our city. Let's check our city out real quick. Let's go to the building builder thing. All right, what do we got here? This is our crypt. Okay, so this is where we increase the level of, or the tier of our town, settlement, city, whatever. Okay. We have that, and we have this. Unit capacity +2 for skeletons chariots. Now, here's the thing. I couldn't figure out how to get the skeleton chariots to charge. I don't know why. So we may have to try to fight a second fight to see if we could figure that out. But they were shooting for me. But I did try once or twice in that battle to try to get them to run through, like just did a move command, but had to move through the enemy unit, and it didn't. It auto pathed them around. It was weird. All right, so open graves. So here's our unit capacity thing they were talking about. All right, so we need to increase this by increasing the unit capacity. But remember, we don't have to buy units, and we don't have upkeep on units. Obviously, making sure you have the buildings that allow you to increase the unit capacity is going to be a big deal. We come over here, Carrion. We could recruit Carrion, which is a very fast flyer. Good to harass for sure. Here's our growth, and here's our income. But what are we going to use income for? I mean, to build buildings. Maybe to do their crafting. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with... Do we go with the warriors and archers, or do we go with the skeleton horsemen? Skeleton horse archers. Sword infantry. Let's go with some cav. I don't know how good skeleton cav is, but let's find out. Okay. All right, so we're building that. How long does it take to recruit? So let's go ahead and see what recruiting's like. We gotta be in the right stance for that. You know what? I wonder if another mistake we made was not attacking the second city fast enough. They don't have a supporting army. And last time in Ogre Kingdoms, we took time to try to build our army, and it allowed a lord to get there and have a bigger army who fought with the garrison, right? And I don't feel like that helped us much. And so do I need to push it right now to attack this city? All right. Think about that. Mortuary cult. Let's see. Okay, here's where we're going to use gold and jars and goods, it looks like. So this is where it looks like we awaken our new servants. Weapons, here's where we craft weapons. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So you need jars and trade goods. I think that's what those are, trade goods. Robes. Okay, and so the Tomb Kings get to craft their own magical items. Can you fuse crafted magical items? This can be crafted and awakened multiple times. It's just a thought. Can we fuse them? Current resources. Left click or to zoom at. Oh, okay. Left click to zoom to nearest location. Let's see where the nearest location is. Holy cow! All right. So if you want to do the crafting, you have to expand. All right. If you want to do the crafting, you have to expand. If you didn't see that again, if we look at the crafting stuff, right? So let's say there's golden idols here. You have to have golden idols in order to craft this. If we left click on the, we'll call it the resource, it's going to take us. So this golden idol happens to be here. However, salt, if I wanted to craft something that needed salt, the nearest town or settlement with salt as a resource is way over here. So keep in mind that you do have to go, you would have to go a little wide in order to get that stuff. Okay, that was one of them. The rights. All right. So they have rights as well. Let's see. Great incantation. Casket of Souls unit will become available for recruitment into any army. Oh, it's, what is this? It's a magical artillery. Okay. Form right. This right will unlock after owning 20 units. Well, what good is it if I have 20 units if I can't put it in my hero or in my army? Effects duration. Okay. All right. So we've done that. We've done those. Do we... You know what? We're going to try to attack this. We're going to try to do 2 attacks on the first turn. Because I don't want them to get stronger. We're probably going to have to fight... Oh, it's a wide open fight. It says close victory. I won't lose anybody permanently. But we're going to try to fight this better. It says medium casualties. We're going to fight it. So he's going to have a decent shielded front line. He's got 2 units of archers, which is probably where I'll send my lords after. Okay, everybody, there we go. That's our second battle won. So we took some losses. We actually lost a unit. So here you go. Here's a really good... Look, I'm bad. I'm still learning the game. If we would have done an auto-resolve at medium casualties, we still would not have lost a full unit. And we lost a full unit in that fight because I'm still learning. That's just what it is. Okay, so do we occupy, sack, or raise it? Wow, if we raise it, we get 30 jars. Oh, if we occupy, we get 30 jars too. Well, then, there you go. All right, so much more. Oh my gosh. This is Scarbrand of Corn, and he's in the desert. Okay. All right. So Tomb Kings, Tomb Kings seems to be a much more aggressive position than the Ogre Kingdoms, but I could also be very wrong on that. All right, so here's what we got to do. We got to level. So let's go to skills. We took Route Marcher. So what's the next thing we do? I almost think this increases leadership aura, but it doesn't increase his leadership. Unit experience gain per turn in his army. That's not a bad thing. We could level our guys up, but I haven't seen anything yet that makes me believe that leveling guys up is a big deal. Does he have the Restless Dead? Let's see. Let's see what he's got here for spells. Leadership is higher than broken triggers when spell resurrects dead combatants. Greatly replenishes hit points. And this is a passive. Okay, well it seems like that should be good. Spell. Physical resistance. That's a big physical resistance buff. Whoops, wrong line. Missile armor piercing missile damage. Ooh, okay. So actually, maybe his buffs are worth it. And that's a drop to speed. I mean, this seems worth it, doesn't it? Like passive ability. Let's try to understand this a little bit better. There's a heal to it. There's a heal. It's a passive ability. It triggers when he casts a spell. Okay, it triggers when he casts a spell. But still, we're gonna get Restless Dead. Oh, Restless Dead is a passive. But his explosion is a spell. So, okay, we're gonna do this so that we could get Restless Dead. And then we'll probably take him up here into the melee line, I think. All right, let's go to the prince. He did not get a level. All right. Okay. We can recruit because we're in a settlement. So let's fill our army up. We thought we made a mistake. Well, we can get at least 4. So we need to replace a skeleton warrior because we lost a skeleton warrior. What do we have? We have Nehek warriors. These are anti-infantries. Okay. Skeleton spearmen. So I like my ranged. I'm not going to lie. I like my ranged. So we're going to get, I think we're going to get our anti-infantry. And we can use them as a flanking force. And we're going to get 2 more archers for sure. I did do a little bit of the charging with the chariots in that last fight. You can't, it would appear that it's maybe it's just simply impossible to try to move them through a unit if you have them grouped, but I was able to successfully do it when they weren't grouped. Just, it's a lot of micromanagement. And I don't know if I want to deal with that micromanagement because next turn I'm going to be able to get cavalry, and I think I'd prefer to just have some cav, to be honest with you. So we're just going to make that our decision. And let's go with... Oh, I can't do that because we've... Okay. But I could get here. No, because next turn I can get some cav. Let's just go ahead and be happy with that. So in one turn we've got that. We'll replenish in this town. I think that sounds like a fine idea. We've got Scarbrand up there. We've got all kinds of craziness going on. Let's go ahead and finish turn 1. Wait, up here real quick. Books of Nagash. View the locations and a summary of the 9 books. First book of Nagash. White Tower of Hoth. Okay, occupy the following settlement to take possession of the Book of Nagash, situated here. Wow, wow! Oh, that's an Ulth one. That's an Elven land, I think. I think that's what they call the Elven Donut. I'm a Maple Donut fan myself, but I believe this is what they call the Elven Donut. I gotta go way up there to get that book and occupy the settlement. Okay. All right, well. Tomb Kings are interesting so far. And I'm going to be honest with you. I already like them better than the Ogre Kingdoms because I like their army selection. It's more of a traditional one. Look, here's the deal. I'm a Marine. I was in the Marine Corps from 95 to 99. So my mind goes back to the typical strategic thought or idea of having a front line with ranged support. And the Ogre Kingdoms felt like they didn't have that as strong as the Tomb Kings. But here we go. Let's finish turn 1.
Long have your kind existed in tormented undeath, mighty lord, prematurely raised by Nagash's dark sorcery. Rally the undying legions to your banner, and the world can belong to the Tomb Kings once again.
Let's go. Let's get it. I like the sound of that. Tomb Kings are the undying rulers of the desolate, windswept deserts of Nehekhara. Rising from the sarcophagi, their mummified forms possess the same thirst for conquest and undeath that drove them in life. All right, giddy up. Where'd Scarbrand go? I don't know where Scarbrand is, but we've got a guy over here all by himself. Do we leave him to... I don't think we can let him recruit, right? Like, I don't think we can allow him the time to recruit. We made such a mistake with that in Ogre Kingdoms, I think, guys. Not that we have to... Oh, there's Scarbrand up here. There's Scarbrand up there. It just feels like we can't and should not wait. Is Scarbrand going to come down and take this next turn? That'd be interesting to see. So it's interesting to know that Tomb Kings has to do with Scarbrand right off the bat. And if you hear a tremble in my voice, it's because there's a tremble in my voice. I mean, it's Scarbrand, okay? It's Scarbrand. All right, so we did build the building, yeah. So now we could get horse cav. We could get some horse cav. I mean, they might be trash horse cav, but we could get horse cav. We could also get horse archers. They have Vanguard, so they could start to do some really early, whatchamacallit, what's the word I'm looking for? Harassing. Let's go see, let's go fight this. Because we don't have, wait, we have 73 jars. Okay. Oh, 400 jars. Can we craft an item? We can craft a weapon. We could craft a weapon. The problem is we need a golden knight. We need some of these things. So let's look at something here. Great Pyramid. This is location Great Pyramid, which is of great importance. It provides access to unique landmark buildings. All right. And this is the landmark building. Pyramid of King Far. Generate some stuff. No resource, though. No resource. There's idols over here. So I can already craft something that requires idols, right? Because I own something with idols. But it hasn't. Do I have to be in it? Maybe I have to be there. Maybe I have to be there. Okay, so we're going to try that, but we're going to try to take this first. Because I don't want this. I don't know if it's a lord or what this is. We don't have the room. Let's change to. We don't have the room to do it. Or the movement. Let's channel some Winds of Magic. I think he's going to end up recruiting an army and coming out to fight me. And let's see if that's a mistake, but we're going to hold. I mean, our turn's pretty much over. Nothing else we can do. Can't recruit because we moved as much as we did. Can't craft anything because apparently you have to be in a settlement. That's fine. Learning, learning, learning. And let's end at turn 2. Okay. Doom Kingdoms have been obliterated. Scarbrand has left. All he does, my understanding is all Scarbrand does is he just leaves destruction in his wake. He hasn't come, he did not come further south to mess with us. Maybe he knew better. Okay, so check it out. This enemy hero has recruited somebody. Although we just don't know who. Let's check the garrison. This is Qatar. Yeah. Okay. Let's attack. All right. Close victory, medium. We would lose our unit. We would lose the Nakahara. Oh, it's open field battle. Let's fight it. Let's fight it. We're almost filled up. What's he got? He's got 2 archers. He's got some anti-infantry that we're going to have to deal with. I mean, we've got 2 anti-infantry as well. King Asquara? Asharka. All right, let's do it. Okay. A 3rd manual battle within a handful of turns for these guys. All right, so let's do this. We got to build that muscle memory on grouping. So we're going to group our 2 melee heroes on 1 always. Frontline will be, they only have 20 armor and 22 defense. These guys are much better middle line. Our frontline will be 2. Block formation. We do have some more archers, so I'm pretty happy about that. My chariots. All right. Start deployment. Start battle. May have to use the pause button a bit on this fight because I don't want to lose too many units. Oh. Strategy of a video that I watched was to figure out who's going to do what. So my 4 frontline units are going to crash into, what do we got? We've got sword infantry. So these guys here are anti-infantry, right? And so, I mean, they're going to be anti-anybody that I have on the front line. So I'm probably going to have archers target them down. Yeah, I'm going to have archers burn them down for sure. So archers are going to burn down their 2 anti-infantry units. My 2 anti-infantry are going to go into their flanking spears. My chariots are going to work on their archers. And my 2 melee, my lord and hero are going to work on their hero. That's my that's my plan going into this. I had watched a video recently and the guy was saying, hey, have a plan going into this. Like have your plan going into it so that you can at least kind of know what you're going to do. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. Okay, there we go. That's our 3rd battle. We had a unit of archers who actually may have gotten wiped. Not 100% sure because they had, I think they're those monstrous like a monstrous stalking unit that came in. But we did quite well other than that. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, so I thought we did pretty good, considering my skill level. We had a plan going into it, and I actually executed that plan relatively well. I was pretty happy that I was able to execute that plan really well. So, could have been worse. Could have been better, I suppose. I felt like I did pretty good. But we're going to occupy this sucker. And that faction is toast. Oh, we got Spectral Steeds unlocked. All right, so skills. Spectral Steed, nice. On a steed now, on a horse. Okay. All right, so we were going to come in here and take Restless Dead because Restless Dead triggers every time we cast a spell. And we are trying to cast the buff when we can and when we remember, right? And there's some other spells it looks like that we'd have options. Okay, that's a big resistance. That's a big resistance one. Oh yeah, that's the missile damage. That one could be really, really good, I feel like. Archers are so good, and they helped wreck the anti-archers, or the anti-infantry, that last one, I feel like. So, he's got one spell, so we're going to take Restless Dead now. All right, our hero, he's got two skill points, so we're going to take Indomitable Will. And then, I can't get hit points with him. It would have been really nice to get hit points. I don't know if armor is better than defense. I'm not 100% sure. But melee attack and strength. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So we're here. We can recruit. We're going to recruit some Cav. We're definitely going to recruit. I think we need to recruit a couple more of these. We have 4 archer units. That feels pretty good. 2 more skeleton warriors with halberd skeleton. That would give us a line of 6 shielded and armored. Or no, these guys aren't shielded or armored. They're just shielded. That would give us at least a line of 6. That doesn't feel horrible. I have 2 more spaces to recruit. I don't know if I like the chariots or not. The horse archers. I mean, I guess we can mess with some horse archers, right? I'd like some regular archers. But I can't. I don't have space for any more. Let's get 2 more horse. Let's get 2 horse archers. That at least gives us a full army. Let's double check here. Okay, so this is telling me that I can do something now. What is it telling me I can do? There's a 1 next to it. Once awoken, these elites units will be... So I can't craft because I'm not in a place with resources. Did I unlock a regiment or now? Not yet. There's a 1 next to this. Legions of Legend. So it leads me to believe... that there's something here going on. I'm not sure what it is, though. What's awoken? Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, I certainly feel like it is very possible to have an idea of how some of these faction mechanics work in literally just an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of gameplay. I mean, we haven't dipped into everything yet, right? We haven't dipped into everything yet, but it feels like so we have no building that we can do. Is that because we're waiting on growth? Yeah, next turn we'll grow. Okay, let's go ahead and end this turn. Because I feel like we're getting close to having an idea of how the Tomb Kings work, right? As far as their base mechanics, we'll see if we can get a couple turns done. All right, let's see. All right, we have this right available. Casket of Souls will become available for recruitment into any army. Lasts for 5 turns. Effect duration is 5 turns. Don't want to do that just yet. All regions belonging to you will be hit by sandstorms, causing attrition to any foreign armies. Oh wow, okay. That sounds kind of cool if we're getting getting assaulted. Still curious where in the world Scarbrand is. Vampire down here, there's 2 armies down here. Okay. So let's move over to Khemri, where I am supposed to be able to. I mean, if I understand correctly, Khemri has the golden idols. This resource may provide a unique building chain. Oh, do I have to? So maybe we have to build for it to get access to it. We can do some building real quick. So let's. Oh, I see. This is to upgrade. We want to upgrade our main settlement, though, because it's the one that can go to 5. So we want to upgrade you. We don't have anything else that we can build right now. So we're going to move. We're going to start moving towards Khemri. Skeletal steed, man. Be looking very skeletal. Looking crazy skeletal. And Khemri. I want to look here real quick. Let's go into the building browser. Because it leads me to believe I have to craft a building to gain access to the golden idols. So let's see if real quick if we could tell. Is there a building? No, not that I can. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to continue our plan of moving into Khemri and then see if it will allow us to craft this golden dagger here. Where's the nearest iron bars? Up there. Okay. All right. Well, that appears to be our turn. Tomb Kings, like as far as their tech goes, as far as their tech goes, they don't seem to be as well. I mean, they're techy like others, but it's not easy to get into. Like their tech doesn't seem to be easily accessible. Okay. Let's get to Khemri. All right, so we're in Khemri now. Can we craft? No. All right, so there's got to be. So there's got to be a building or something. There's something in Khemri that would allow us to harvest that resource. Let's go to the building browser again real quick. Is it in here? Is it in this tiered building? We see anything in here for golden idols? I don't see anything in golden idols. Somebody out there will know. Somebody out there know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Gold mine. Here we go. The gold mine. Okay. Golden idols resource production 5 chests. Okay. All right. Well, we got population again, so we can bump the tier of one of these other settlements. I guess we'll do Numas because it's more within our territory. It seems to be less of a risk right now. It's more secure, I guess is the way I would say that. We got our 2 rights. We've got a lot of tech going on, and we've moved. Vampire counts. I wonder if I should. Do I need to recruit? Wait, no, I think I have to choose this. Do we recruit a second lord if we have to defend against the vampire counts? I don't know if we're necessarily. Honestly, I don't. Let me see here. You are currently fielding the current maximum number. Oh, it doesn't matter. I have to increase that unit cap. What does it say about heroes? Same thing. Okay, so it doesn't matter. All right. Let's end the turn. Yeah, see, so the vampires are building up their second army there. And there's nothing I can do about it because I have to. Do I have to tech up? So there's army capacity. So Wisdom of the First Dynasty. So apparently you can't even have more than 1 army as Tomb Kings until at least turn 15, because this is a 14 turn. This is a 14 turn tech. Adds the Tomb King whack off to your faction's lord pool. So the Tomb Kings appear to be a type of faction that is paced as far as how quickly they can get their armies out. Oh, well, we've got something we could do over here. Oh my gosh, look at that garrison. Black Pyramid of Nagash. It's got a special landmark. Sentinels, Tomb Kings. I really want to get the vampires. I want to knock the vampires back, but there's I just don't think I have a strong enough army to do it. What's the garrison here? And I want to get him out of the desert, right? That's a really decent sized garrison. And he's got a second army.
Test me at your peril.
I don't think that we. So here's the thing. I think I've experienced enough Tomb Kings. I'm hoping you've learned enough about Tomb Kings. We have the jars, right? We have the canopic jars over here that we use to craft things. We have buildings that have resources that allow us to hop into our mortuary cult. And this is how we can, whether it's unlock a +1 for tomb princes or, hey, look, armor capacity. We can craft weapons. We can craft armor, but all of those take jars. And then you also have to have a building in a settlement with that specific resource. So just things to keep in mind, right? They can recruit units. They don't have to pay for them. I love that aspect. So I'm going to say right now, Tomb Kings are probably a faction that is going to be high on my list to learn with. Because it takes away the army upkeep part. It takes that away, right? That's just one less thing I have to learn as I incrementally learn the game. But as a little bit of fun, we're going to finish this by attacking Springs of Eternal Life. And let's see what happens. This is how we're going to finish things. We're going to auto-resolve this. We get a Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, we're going to lose our fodder skeleton warriors. We're going to lose our Nekahara. We're going to lose our chariots, which I would not be heartbroken because I'm not a big fan of them. It's a big open field battle, so it's one that I could fight and maybe do better on. But for the sake of time and just the pure... Well, we just know what's going on with Tomb Kings. I feel like I know enough about Tomb King, their mechanics. I don't know what happens as the campaign progresses, but I have an idea of their mechanics. Let's go ahead and just auto-resolve this. A whole lot of vampire units that we just whooped. A lot of XP too. Gonna occupy. Oh, we didn't finish him off, though. We didn't finish him off. Oh, I can't finish him off. I don't have the movement. I was going to go finish him off, guys. But I don't have the movement to finish him off. Okay. So, again, what did we learn about Tomb Kings? We learned that we can craft things. We just have to have certain resources for it, and that's tied to buildings that you craft in settlements. We learned that their technology is maybe, I'd say, it's slower to access out of the gate. We learned that army size and having additional lords and heroes are tied behind tech, as well as the mortuary cult, so unlocking it. Right? We learned that, hey, you can have an army and you don't have to pay upkeep, and you don't even have to pay to purchase the army. It's just the unit capacities from the army, those are tied behind buildings in settlements. Which leads me to believe that Tomb Kings are probably more of a taller faction, meaning you can have fewer provinces. And you're building your settlements tall, your cities tall, rather than having to have a massive amount. Although, with the resources that you need in order to do the crafting, it would lead you to believe that you have to do some exploration and some spreading out as well. Okay, so yeah, I would certainly say that the Tomb Kings are definitely a faction that I'm going to consider highly in choosing as one of the first factions I actually choose to play the game with, because right now we're in learning mode, right? Because it removes the army upkeep and purchase part from it. So that means that leads me to believe, or I wonder where the income piece and the income management just seems to come in from, like the crafting stuff, right? And the legions of legend, stuff like that. All right, everybody. Hey, if you stuck around this far and this long into the video, I appreciate you so much. I really, truly do. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And until the next one, hey, this was episode 2 of our Total Novice series. And I was thinking of something. It's also Boomhammer, right? Boomer. I looked up the definition of boomer in gaming the other day because I was so curious about this. It has nothing to do with the generation of boomers. It has everything to do with older gamers who are basically out of touch with gaming. I don't consider myself that person, so to speak, but I love the idea of Total Novice Boomhammer. Let me know what you guys think. Also, in the comments, feel free to throw the faction that you'd like to see me try, or at least you'd like to put a vote up for, because I'm going to start putting a you pick and I pick on the wheel of names for our next go around. And if we hit either of those, we're going to use the you pick or the I pick for whatever faction it's going to be. And as far as the you pick goes, I'll just look through the comments and find the most commented faction, and we'll go with that one. Anyway, until the next video, you guys stay safe, stay healthy. I appreciate you all. Bye, everybody.